Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Smokester here, back at you with another video. And today we have Huron's new track, baby. This is Mammoth. Now, we all know Huron is a beast at making tracks. He's amazing at it, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't expecting a track like this. This is a little bit different from his last release that he did. So I believe the last one he made was Pipe Dream. And usually I feel like Huron tracks have, like, you know, they're bigger jumps and maybe not when it comes to replica tracks, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I feel like Huron tracks have bigger jumps and they have a lot of flow to them and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But with this one is a replica of Mammoth Motocross, right? And it is very more tight-knit, a lot of tight corners and less jumps, and you know, obviously that correlates with it being a replica track, but it's still, you know, the visuals are still amazing, just like all of Huron's tracks are, and it actually rides really good. Now, I do think that as far as on the track goes, I do think that it rides probably better on the 125. If you do the 450s and stuff, you probably want to dial it back. I'm on the 250 and it feels like it's overkill, you know what I'm saying? So 125 would probably be a really good sweet spot for this track, which is awesome. I'm not complaining at all, man. I love having 125 tracks, so not complaining at all. And as with any Huron track, like I said, the visuals are just on point, man. He does such a good job with the visuals and just how everything looks. Like, his object placement is top tier, man. I'm telling you, I was looking at all the little bushes that he put around here. He's got little rocks on the track and everything, and it's just amazing, man. It really is. Now, if you hear any popping and stuff in the background of me talking, it is the 4th of July and everybody is lighting off fireworks, and I cannot get around that, man. So you're gonna hear some popping probably. But yeah, man, speaking of which, happy 4th of July to everybody. This video you will be watching on the 4th of July. I know that don't mean anything to you if you're not from America, but if you are, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys are having a great day. As for me, I'm not celebrating 4th of July today. I'm actually going to be doing it on Saturday. We're going to go grill, light off fireworks, do all of that stuff on Saturday, and that's going to be a fun day. I actually took the day off of work so we can go have some family time and do that, and we picked Saturday so the whole family can get together, you know what I'm saying? But now we are on a new beta. So beta 19 was released, and it made the game feel a little bit different, but it's not like an insane overhaul. Mainly, so they fixed it. Well, they didn't fix. They changed it to where, you know, the rider's weight and positioning is not based off of the rear tire anymore. It's based off of the front tire. And I don't know, because of that, I feel like when I was going downhill, I was wiping the front end out a lot. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I couldn't feel too much change. It does kind of feel like the bike wants to push through the corners. Like, it's a lot. I don't know. It's harder to slow down and get the bike to go into the corners. But other than those two things, I didn't really notice a whole lot. I think mainly what this update was made for is so that way the OEM team can release their next iteration of bikes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what the main... They focused on the tires most, I think, so that way the OEM team can do what they're trying to do with, like, the bike sliding out and stuff like that. So I think that's what it was for, but I'm gonna have to look into it more. This is not the video on the update. This is actually on Mammoth. So, but yeah, man, overall the track is very fun. It is it's very, like, you have to slow down a lot, and a lot more like braking control and shifting and throttle control because of the tight corners, you know what I mean? And this rut right here is actually very hard to stay inside of and come out without crashing. So I figured out that if I stay on the higher side of that rut and then just kind of use it as a lip to jump off of, it works much better for me. And that's how I was hitting that. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot more cornering and a lot more throttle control needed on this track. but it does ride really good. And I think that this track would have really good racing for the simple fact that it's not just gun it everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely need to pay attention to how you're entering corners, exiting corners, so that way you can prepare for the next corner. And just all around, it is just absolutely amazing. This section right here has the most jumps of any part of the track though. So I was tripling in and then double. And then right here, you have to slow down a lot to get into these ruts, man, as we crash. But those ruts, you have to slow down a lot to actually get into. And I do think it would be faster than going the outside because the next corner, or the next corner is right after, and it's a sharp left. You know what I'm saying? So on this track, I think a lot of places, the inside is actually much more viable than the outside, just based on the fact that you're going to be preparing to apex the next corner. You know what I'm saying? So the whole track is pretty much lining yourself up for the next spot on the track. And I might be tripping here, but I swear earlier when I hit one of these rocks, it had collisions. I might be tripping. I don't think I am. But it was kind of cool to see, you know what I mean? So it has rocks on the track and everything. And I was looking at, he had like pieces of dead branches that were placed all over on the other side of the track, and just how the visuals look, they always impress me, man. Especially, you know, like I've been talking about it a lot, but working on my track now, it just makes me appreciate how these guys make these tracks look so good even more. You know what I mean? Because like I just finalized the height map for my track, so now it's on to masking and object placement and stuff like that, and I cannot get the masking down. Like all these little lines in the dirt, I cannot get that down for the life of me, bro. So I'm gonna have to figure out some things as far as like with Blender or something, and try to figure out how I can put it down better and make the tracks look better. So I do have one tutorial on it, but it was by Kevin Fuela and it's not in English. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to follow, so I'm going to try to see if I can't find another reference point to try to, you know, get my masking job down. But overall, though, I've had a blast building the track, but it does take a long time, man. Like, it takes a really long time, I feel like. You got to put a lot of time into these things, man. That's why even the people that are releasing the tracks for free, that's so awesome, because they put so much effort into those, you know what I'm saying? Especially the ones that look halfway decent. Like, you know, they spent a lot of time on those, man, for real. So we're gonna start streaming tonight here in about 30 minutes, and there's a couple tracks I want to do on the stream, and they're not on the MXB server yet. I wanted to do the OA, and I forget what the other one was I was looking for, but they're not on my MXB. So when we're streaming tonight, guys, we're not going to be able to run those tracks, which sucks because I really like the OA. The OA is such a fun track. If you guys haven't went and checked out the OA, definitely do that, man. For real. But yeah, man, shout out to Huron. Appreciate you releasing this track, man. I'm digging it, man. I can't wait to try to race on it and see how all the corners in the track slow down the racing. You know what I'm saying? Because I really do feel like it's going to slow down the racing. And then the new beta, I don't know, you don't feel like a huge change, but you can definitely tell there's a change there. And I feel like it kind of was messing with me as far as cornering. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I kept wanting to push through it. So we're going to see how all that plays out. And hopefully I see you guys up on this track, man. Hopefully I see some people picking this thing up and we can get a race going in the servers, bro. Because this thing's going to be a blast to race. It really is. And another thing I noticed, actually, is that this track is more rough compared to Huron's other tracks. And I think, once again, that has to do with it being a replica track as opposed to a fantasy track. You know what I'm saying? Because normally, I maybe my memory's messed up, but normally I don't think Huron does like extremely rough tracks. You know what I mean? So, could be wrong, but who knows? Anyway, the link to this track will be down in the description. This is Mammoth by Huron, and it's on the MX Bike Shop. It is $2. In my opinion, definitely worth it. Hopefully you guys go pick it up. Hopefully I can see y'all in the servers racing. And yeah, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.